Alright, welcome back. In this session, we are going to be looking at how to actually link your data source to Thunkable. And don't forget that the data source, one of the example of data source that we can use is the Excel sheet data source, the data source that we are fetching from Microsoft Excel or any type of Excel that you are interested in using. So we are going to come to this data viewer list. So I'm going to drag it to the page. So once I drag it to the page, I intentionally created this blank account so that I can teach you how to connect your data source to Thunkable. So once you drag it, of course you have to rename, but let's just see connect data. You can see that I currently have no data, so I'm going to be creating new. You can see that you can create your own table. You can use any other source, but we are going to be using the Google Sheet. So I'm going to be giving it a name of sample. You can call it any name of yours that you prefer. So we have the what row are your columns. So the row the row, the column headers are in row 1. Just like if you look at this now, you can see I have the headers name and age. So this might be my header, and these other ones are the data source. So I'm going to come here. So what's the first row contain data, then row 2. So I'm going to select the sheet. So we allow, so I'm going to select the sheet. Is going to prompt me to connect my, so now that I've given my data source a name, I've specified that the headers are in row 1, then the data start from row 2. So I'm going to click on select sheet. It's going to prompt you to link your Google account since you are using Google Sheet. So you can just select your Google account, or you can decide to log in with a new Google account. So it's going to ask you if you want to allow Thunkable to access your Google account. Then you can go ahead to allow. So it will give you a list of all your Google Sheet. So I'm going to be selecting this. I'm going to be using that to create a data sheet. And now you can see that the table is asking me for, this is the table sheet 1. So and for that, what do I want to link to text? You can see I have text. The version I have is either title only, title and subtitle. If I want to add image, I use this. If I want the title, the subtitle, and the image, and this. And so, but I'm going, since I have just 2 columns, I have the name and the age. I'm going to go with this. So the text is going to be, let me say the name. You can see that it's linked the name to the text, and the subtitle I'm going to say is the age. Age is the subtitle. You can see now that I have been able to link my Excel sheet to Thunkable. So we are going to be going back to our projects. Alright, back to our projects now. We have been able to, for the user dashboard, we have been able to design this, and we have been able to design the navigation bar. So the next thing now is to link. Of course, you can see that here we have our data source, like the data viewer list, so that we can use it to fetch data from Excel. So our data we are going to be using is this product details. Of course, you can modify it to your taste. You can update this description. You can put a real product. I will even advise that you do a real product, but for speed's sake, if you still want to use this same dummy data, I will make it available to you. And you can see that we have the title here as name, price, image URL, category, and also description. All these links, some of them are valid links, while some of them are not valid links. So please try and make sure that you update this sheet. That way, it is just about 12 records, which should not take too much of your time. So now that we have been able to see the data, this data that I want to link to our, that I want to display for the user to see. Let's say this is our store catalog. Like, this is what we have available in our store from what we have been able to gather from, the different sellers and different manufacturers. So I am going to go ahead to this. These are data sources. I believe you understand how we got them. So you then click on it, then you come to your connect to data source. Now you can see that I have some other data source because of what I've been working on my Thunkable application, but the other one I showed you the other time doesn't have any data source because it's a fresh account. So you're going to go ahead. Of course, this might be I've shown you already how to link your data source to Excel. So go ahead to create new, and it will ask you which one you will like. I would prefer the, of course you can go with your own table. I prefer the Google Sheet. So I'll just select the sheet, and don't forget the name is product UG logistics. So this is the first one. I'm going to be selecting it. I'll go with the name of the sheet. So the header is row 1, the data start from row 2. So I'll go ahead to create. Now you can see that we have the data connected to our project, our application, and the data source is project UG logistics, and the table that I'm going to be using is this is where it's getting the table from. Possibly you can rename that sheet to be originally to be sheet 1, so you can rename it to any name that you prefer to call it. So the format I want to take is this, that you can see that you have different formats you can select from. If you want a big image, you want this, it depends on you, but I think I'll just go with the simple one, which is the title, the image, the title, and together with the subtitle. So I'll go with this. Of course, that is the default one, so I'll go with that. So now you now need to connect your data, to connect this display to your data source. So the first one, which is the picture that you are seeing here, this piece, this is the picture, the picture, the picture, the picture, the picture. So the picture will go to the image URL. As you're connecting, you see that your data it will be displaying the details on the screen. So for the title, I'm going to say the title is the product name. When you say the title is the product, I can see that we have our title connected. The product name, the first one is what this, as you can see. So then we go with the subtitle. I'll go with the subtitle can be maybe the category, depends on you, the category. So now that with that, now we can see that we have been able to successfully connect our Thunkable to Excel. So this can apply to you in different use cases, and this is what you have. So now that you have been able